122, CNC Turning 1. We're teaching the students the elements of CNC turning. Tonight's project was a roughing and finishing using G71, and we also introduced tool nose radius compensation. In this case, it was G42. When programming for the G71 cycle, there are 3 steps. The first step is to define the starting point. The starting point tells the control where all the stock is that it's going to cut in these repeated depth cuts. The next step is to rough all that stuff out and then do a semi-finish pass along the finished tool path. The machine isn't going to go right to this. It's going to cut all that stock out that it found from the starting point, and then it's going to rough it out, and then it's going to finish it, semi-finish it, leaving 10 thousandths on the X and 5 thousandths on all the Z faces. The last step is to finish it, where I'm using a wear offset. I'm having them use a wear offset. It does at this time go right to the finished tool path, and then that's it. The other thing that we taught them tonight was tool nose radius compensation, and there are 3 steps to that. Invoke tool nose radius compensation, cut under its influence, and then cancel tool nose radius compensation. So we have them getting to the beginning of the tool path, invoking tool nose radius compensation when they're clear of the part, and then and defining the move to stop right here. After that, it just continues on under G01 to cut all these steps. When it gets to the biggest diameter, in this case 1.5, it then leads off of the part where it cancels and ends up at X 1.6, which is well clear of the part. We don't have to define any moves back to the starting point, because the G71 cycle will come to this point and automatically go back to the start point again on its own. If you try to program moves like that in between the P and Q lines, you will get an alarm. So here is the cycle, G71. P is the starting block right here, the starting command. Q is the ending command right here. The end of the tool path is Q. Leave 10 thousandths in X, 5 thousandths in Z, cut 125 thousandths deep, and take a 12 thousandths per revolution feed rate, which will break the chip. 125 depth of cut, 1/8 of an inch depth of cut. Believe that covers it all. So we'll go out to the machine now. I will get my Mr. Gerganius here has run a previous part. That's 1.5" cold rolled steel. This is a real nice Sandvik Coromant quick change tool holder with a CNMG insert, and it's squirting the coolant is coming right out on the surface there. This is nice. So here we are seeing the code run in the graphics window on a Haas SL20, a good old rigid machine. Yes, a bigger machine than we're used to using. So those are the 125 depth of cut. You can see here when it was finished roughing, it went back and then it came around again and did a semi-finish pass. Then the last thing was it went right to the finish pass like that. So we're going to run this program now in auto without the coolant on, and about 25% rapid. Yes. The coolant's not going to come on, is it?
No, I got block delete on.
Yeah, okay. That's a facing pass. Now it's going to start the G71. 125 depth of cut. Nice cut. Chips are breaking nicely. They're also very hot. Yeah. The constant surface speed or surface feet per minute mode. Every time the diameter gets smaller, the machine speeds up. This is 350 surface feet per minute. That's the semi-finish pass. If we had programmed, and now it's going to be in M01, optional stop. He would normally take the measurement now and then correct his wear offset. We put a wear offset here on
Did you like? It didn't run the finish
the tool
pass.
wear page right there, 10 thousandths. Measure. How much has to come off?
20 thou.
Oh, okay. That's, yes.
That's with our
right.
finishing pass.
But go ahead and take the 10 thousandths off now, and we'll run the finishing pass, and then check the part, and we'll be done. So he took the 10 thousandths off, and now we should be splitting the tolerance. He edits the program to
Want me to reset it or just run finishing?
edit down to the, yeah, there it is, right there. Yep. Go ahead and run it. This is the finish pass. So in G70, it doesn't do all the air cutting. It goes right to the finish. That's 3,000 speed per revolution. Cutting a nice simple step shaft. The diameters to plus or minus 1. Because we use the wear offset. I wonder why it goes out of focus for a minute. Alright. We use G28U0, G28W0. And now he's going to take his last measurement.
Dead on.
Dead on. So when you use a wear offset of 10 thousandths or whatever you choose to use, it is very easy to get a good first piece. That was G71 roughing, G70 finishing, and tool nose radius compensation using G42. Thank you, Mr. Gurganius.